Hi, welcome to Blue Collar Employee Retention. This is Jeremy Davis, and this is going to be comparatively a short video, but a very important video. We're going to just highlight what separates horrible bosses, good bosses, from great bosses by highlighting what great bosses do. Great bosses walk side by side with their employees. Great bosses create an unmatched work environment. Now, I'm not saying that you have a controlled environment that has central air and heat and nice, shiny, polished floors, and it never gets hot, never gets cold, it doesn't rain outside. No, no. When I'm talking about an environment, I'm talking about the environment between them and you, them and their coworkers, them and their team, them and their job. But great bosses create unmatched work environments. Great bosses actually learn to build authentic relationships with their people. Not just a, "Hey Jimmy, how you doing today?" "Oh, yep, I'm good too." No. No, 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 no. One of the first things I learned when I got into management and began to greatly reduce turnover, I learned my people. I learned my people's names, their spouses' names, or boyfriend, girlfriend, if they weren't married. I learned about their kids, their pets, their families, where they're from, their background, their hobbies, their favorite sports teams, whatever it takes. But you get in, you do the work, you build that relationship so they look at you more of a boss with authority than a dictator. That is critical, because when your employees look at you as a dictator, that's not going to work out quite so well. But when they look at you as a trusted friend, you can get so much more out of them. Also, great bosses create opportunities for interaction and bonding. Be it in a softball league, you guys go out and you meet for after work brunch sometime. You get group tickets to a local sporting event. Whatever. It's create opportunities to where at least once a month you're building a family culture. If you build a family culture that includes your workers and their families and you, your leaders or your supervisors, managers, and their families, and do something like that once a month, once every 2 months, at the very, very least once a quarter. I mean, for God's sakes, for you, it's a business write-off, okay? Don't roll your eyes at this thought. Seriously. For you, it's a business write-off. But anyway, do it at the very least once a quarter, and people will begin to look at, again, they'll begin to look at you and your relationship with them as being a trusted friend, a trusted advisor that happens to have authority, happens to own the business. And then when you need to come to them to get them to do extra, to stay late, to cover a shift, to do a special project, or even if there's something that you discover that they're slacking on, that will give you more of an opportunity to approach them because that relationship is there. And just one more thing that great bosses do is that before they make a critical decision, before they make a decision that will actually impact a person's work area, they will approach, talk to, interact with that particular person or that group that they're going to impact to create the best possible plan for long-term success for the new plan that you need to implement and for their continued success. You don't go in like a vulture and take things away from a group. You don't take a great example. When I worked in receiving, I was group lead in receiving. We had 3 large bays, and some nights would be really really easy, but other nights we would get in 13, 14, 16, 17, 18 trucks a night in, and I mean, let me tell you, those were the nights that you were really humping. But even on a night that I had 0 trucks, I always had plenty to do in the area of maintenance, racking, inventory, moving material, etc. There's always a lot to do. But we became so efficient at doing what we did that they began to actually take space away from our area and give it to others. And I told them that right now we're in a slight downturn. It's going to pick back up. I'm going to need every ounce of space that I can get. But lo and behold, they did not take the time to listen to me. They did not take the time to, I'm guessing, look at projections, look at what was slated for incoming. And in the process, they managed to take away, if I was going to put it into a visualization, probably between 3 different bays, they've taken away about a 2,000 square foot home, single story. They've taken away a lot of square footage. And then the next thing you know, another department is really falling behind. Another department is really slacking. And instead of trying to fix the issue with that department, they want me and my team to come through and pick up the extra slack that they're creating. That is no big deal. I don't mind helping as long as they are, as long as the other issues are being addressed, and the helping is going to only be temporary because I have plenty of my own work to already do. But in the process of helping them, after all of the space that was already taken away, they expected, after they took away my 2,000 square foot house, they expected me to create a 2-car garage of space for them to put their stuff, for me to be able to put in the racks. I mean, again, that just came down to communication. If it would have been a 2-way street and they would have respected me and my team's opinions on what we knew would happen, because we've been there long enough to see the cycles, that would have made a huge impact. Instead, going the route that they went by being dictators, because at this particular job, I won't mention the company, aside from the artificial greetings, the artificial hi, how you doing, how's your job, how's work, how's business, no, everything either stayed work related, job related, busyness related, or if it was feedback, it was almost always negative feedback. It was never about your dog, fishing, what's your favorite food, hey, how about that ball game last night, something that they knew that you were interested in. So it's never a positive engagement. And had the positive engagement foundation been laid way back in the beginning, and there was that open relationship, and the ability to listen was there, there would have been much more mutual respect. And I would have hoped with that they would actually listen, and we could create a workable plan together, even if that would have included me going to that department to help them become more efficient. It's what it is. Just a long story short, or yeah, I guess actually it was a long story short because this played out over months, but actually years. Oh, and since I'm already here, one more thing that great bosses never do. Great bosses never take their best people, the best individuals, their best teams, and give them work from their slacking teams with the anticipation of them pulling them out, because there comes a breaking point where that just can't happen anymore. What a great leader will do is they will discover how to what the issues are with the slacking teams and fix that. Even if that includes bringing in other people from other departments, that includes bringing in your best workers from other departments on a temporary basis to work with them to make things flow. It's not a hard concept. But anyway, those are just a few examples of what great bosses do. So if what you do is outside of that, you need to really examine that. You need to take a close look and see if you're being just a good boss, if you're being a bad boss, or maybe you're actually creating a toxic environment. If you take an honest look at yourself in the mirror, you may discover that one of the tall bar reasons for your turnover is you. Is you and your management. Is your management. Is you, your management, and your supervisors. Any category within. But you have got to be able to look from the top down to discover your turnover issues, because your turnover issues aren't created at the bottom. Let me say that again. Your turnover issues are not created at the bottom. Your turnover issues are created from the top, filtering to the bottom. So be that from people not being able to be in the flow, not engaged, not feeling communicated with. Other videos cover all this other stuff, but that is very, very, very important. Now, if you think that any of this is beneficial, you think this is important, go to bluecollaremployeeretention.com to learn more. When you're at bluecollaremployeeretention.com, scroll through, you'll see where it says schedule a call. Click on there, schedule an appointment. You and I will get on the phone or get on Skype or whatever, and we will create a plan to where we can work together, and I can help you fix your turnover issues and increase your retention, and then by doing so, increase your quality, your efficiency, your safety, your productivity, your profitability, and every other positive metric that you can reinvest back into your business to grow it even more. So again, go to bluecollaremployeeretention.com, and I look forward to talking to you. Thank you.